Hi, my name is Lakeisha Soul Washington. This is my channel, Lifestyle Lakeisha Soul Washington. This channel is mainly aimed at giving life skills advice to former foster children who have aged out of the system. This video will be a planning session for those right on the edge of aging out of foster care. So if you're interested in this topic, please keep watching. Also, hit the subscribe, notification bells, and if you know a foster kid who has aged out of the foster care system, please recommend this channel to him or her. All right, so we're gonna start this video off about the topic what to do when you're aging out of foster care. You're right on the cusp. You haven't aged out yet, but a year before, you should start thinking about some things. So we're gonna talk about that. Okay, so I wanted to start off this video by telling you a little story. All right. When I was in college, I used to work at Friendly's, which was a little restaurant, and they served hamburgers and ice cream. And there was an old Ukrainian manager there, one of the most intelligent men I ever met in my life. You know, so I really respected him. So one day we were at the restaurant, and when people would call the restaurant, we would kid around, and we would say, when we answer the phone, we'd say, "Hello, this is Gino's Pizzeria." And we were saying that out of fun, knowing that it was Friendly's, but we would say, this is a pizzeria. So one day, the old Ukrainian manager called me. He said, "Why did you say this is Gina's Pizzeria?" And I said, "Oh, Mr. Belej," that was his name. I said, this is not a real business. This is just Friendly's." So what he said to me next stood with me for the rest of my life. He said, "Life is a business." So I'm telling you this because you have to view your life as a business, and you have to view yourself as the CEO of this business. So when you make decisions, you have to plan out what your decisions are going to be, how it's going to affect you, and how it's going to move you forward in life. So you have to treat your life as a business. So when are you going to age out of foster care? So the reality is about 18, 19, just about when you're about to get out of high school, the foster agency that you came from, whatever state that may be, they are going to send some papers to your foster home. And these papers are going to say, on such and such a date, this kid, which is you, is going to turn 18, and we're going to stop sending the check. Okay. You need to be aware of that date. All right. And most likely, your foster parents will let you know, hey, you know, you're going to be 18 and the check is going to stop coming. So you need to make some decisions about that. You know, I'm not trying to make you feel pressured or discouraged, but you know, you need to know the reality of things. Okay? Your foster parents, they're probably poor. You know, they're probably not well off. They're gonna start saying to you, hey, your check is not coming anymore, and we can't keep you. You know, sometimes they're just straight out with that. So you just need to be cognizant of that whole situation and be aware, and this is the reality of things. Also, they do have residential homes where you can go between the ages of 18 and 21, which is good. Now, I'm going to tell you two things here. Okay, if you are with your foster parents, that's great. Okay, they will pay, I think, up until you're 21 for you to stay in your foster parents' home. All right, that's good. Take advantage of that whole situation. All right. It is very important that you don't burn your bridges. All right. You don't. You should not. You should make sure that you maintain a respectable relationship with your foster parents, no matter what they did. Because whatever happens, they did take care of your food, clothing, and shelter. So you need to maintain a respectful relationship with them. Now, if you go to a residential home, you need to understand that if you don't follow the rules of that residential home, they will kick you out. Okay, and that's not a place where you want to be. Like, you don't want to be out on the streets. All right, so you need to follow the rules of that residential home until you can get up enough money to get out, find your own place. You have to understand your part in this situation. You have to follow the rules. Don't burn your bridges. Not a good idea. All right, so it's important for you to understand. Okay, you can be much more than your past. You can do a lot better than what your parents did for you. And you can even do a lot better than your foster care situation. Right? But you have to set yourself up for this. Right? So 2 key things you need to do before you graduate high school and before you age out, which is about 18. Right? You need to make sure that you get your high school diploma. Okay? I know it might be tough. You might not be feeling going there. Maybe there's prom and stuff like that, and you can't go because of your situation. You need to finish, however. It's very important that you finish your high school diploma. And the reason being is because there's going to be opportunities out there, little jobs and little schools you can get to, trade schools you can get into, but they're going to require that you have a high school diploma. So it's very important that you get your high school diploma. Also, if you are with your foster parents and they let you practice on their car to get your driver's license, you need to get your driver's license. Because again, 2 things. Driver's license is very important for your identification. Also, there are opportunities out there that require that you drive for the job. So you want to set yourself up. You want to get your driver's license also, if you can. So a couple of more things. Okay, before you age out, you need to get copies of your important documents. Okay, so your foster parents, they're going to have a copy of your birth certificate. They're going to have a copy of your social security card. You need to get those copies. Also, about the time you age out, they are going to send from the foster care agency. They're going to send a paper saying, "Hey, you're 18 years of age, and you have aged out." All right, so that's very important too, because you're going to need that piece of paper. That's a very important piece of paper to follow up with financial aid if you decide to go to college. Because what's going to happen with financial aid is you're going to say you don't have parents. Your parents have earned 0. And they're going to say, well, how can you put that down? And you're going to present those papers saying that you came out of foster care at that point. So it's very important that you have those papers because it helps you get into a lot of different programs. All right, so next thing we're talking about is health insurance and records. So when I was coming out of foster care, they didn't have a program where you had health insurance after you aged out. So between the ages of 18 and when I got my first job, I think it was first real job, I think was 28, I did not have health insurance. But from my research I've done online, as a foster kid, you can receive health insurance all the way up until you're 26. Please take advantage of it, all right? Go to the doctor once a year. Go to the dentist once a year. You wear glasses, go there once a year. Take advantage of all that healthcare, free healthcare that you have. Make sure you keep up with your medical records. Maybe you go to a different doctor when you were with your foster parents that you go to now. Keep up with that information. It's very important. All right, so why is maintaining your medical insurance important? Well, first of all, like I said, I didn't have medical insurance when I was your age, because back then they didn't have the programs they have now. So at 25, I actually ended up filing bankruptcy because I had a car accident and I had all these medical bills. Didn't have any way to pay for it. So I had to file bankruptcy due to medical bills. So if you have health insurance, take advantage of it. Go to the doctors. You don't have to do, once a year is good enough because you're young, you're probably healthy. So, but take advantage of it because you never know when your medical insurance is going to lapse. All right. So, next thing we're going to talk about is housing. Okay. Now, like I said before, there are programs where they allow your foster parents to still receive a check even after you turn 18. Take advantage of that situation. Maybe you don't have the best foster parents and they're not the best, but look, they're giving you somewhere to sleep. Okay, you got food, clothing, shelter in that situation, so it is what it is. Okay, make sure you take advantage of that. Now, they also have different programs. What I read online is they have something called the Housing Academy Collaborative, and it's for foster care kids who come out of foster care. Also, you should have some type of connection with your foster care social worker. Ask them, hey, what's the programs around? And I know another program they started, Ben Carson, who's the head of housing right now, he started a program specifically for foster kids aging out of foster care to get apartments. All right, so there are a lot of programs out there. Look them up, Google them, be an advocate for yourself. Also, I know CASA, they do have programs for foster kids aging out of foster care to take care of your utilities. So you need to advocate for yourself. You need to do research. And don't be on your phone just on Facebook. You don't have time like other kids have time. You got to use your time to get the things that you need. All right, so you're aging out of foster care. You're about 17, 18 years old, and you might want to think about these 3 avenues, okay? So first of all, there's college. Now, why is college a good thing for a foster kid? All right, you go away to college. They will give you dorming, and they will give you food. And also, you can get a campus job, and that could supply your clothing needs and your toiletries and stuff like that. So that's a good avenue for you to think about, going to college. All right. And if you go to trade school, what's going to happen is that's a great avenue to go down, because plumbing, heating, air conditioning, even cosmetologists, those are great trades to have because you always have a job. But the thing is, they don't provide dorm space. So that's something that you have to do as soon as you age out. You know, those first 3 years, I think they give you your foster parents money up until you're about 21. You can get a skill or a trade, but the thing is, you have to stay with your foster parents or in a residential housing situation. So if you're going to do trade school, do it, get it over with. Don't fool around in the school. Get your trade going, because as soon as you finish the trade, you're going to expect, you know, within the next couple of months after you finish your trade school, you're going to be expected to live on your own. So you might want to do trade school. Other foster kids, I don't suggest this because there is threat of war, but foster kids sometimes do go into the military too. With the military, they do provide food and clothing needs, but there's always that risk that you could go to war. So, you know, you don't want to just jump into the military. That's not something I would suggest, but a lot of foster kids have done that. Now, let's say you didn't decide to go to college, you don't have a skill or trade, you decided not to do that, and you decided not to go to the military. That's fine, that's your prerogative, that's your decision, that's what you want to do. Like, school is not for everybody, right? So, but you need to understand, you didn't go to school, you need to get a job. You are not like these other kids out here who has a mom that will let them lay on the couch and not do nothing and just stay in the house until they're 30 playing video games. You don't have that option. You need to get a job. And to be honest with you, maybe you need to have 2 jobs. All right, so you need to invest some time, go online, fill out some applications. You don't know how to fill out an application? Maybe go online and they'll tell you how to fill out an application. YouTube has all these videos about how to fill out applications, how to find a job. You need to get a job. And to be honest with you, like I said before, 25, you know, you don't have a good job, you might have to have 2 jobs. That's just the reality of it. All right. Like I said in my last video, sometimes the things I say won't be pretty, but I will always tell you the facts and the truth and your position as a foster kid in the situation. Thank you for watching my channel. Again, if you are not a foster kid watching this channel, please recommend this channel to a person whom you think could benefit. Hit the subscribe, like, and notification icons, and please leave comments of your experiences aging out of foster care. Thank you very much.